and welcome to the Drivers Room. This is the Endurance Championship. We are at Season 4, Round 3 for Tier 3. And you can see on the screen there, we are at Autodrome Lake Maggiore in sunny Italy. And we will be in the Group 1 category today. We'll head down to the grid shortly for our grid walk and see how the guys got on during qualifying. But before we head down, we'll take a quick look at the standings as they are after round 2. In first, we've got Hit the Mac on 19 points, followed closely by Jeep 09. He's on 17. And not too far behind, JJ Baldwin. He's only done one race so far and is up in third on 13. I'll keep an eye out for JJ. He's going to be pushing the guys ahead very strong by that pace. And we have a couple of guys close behind then, as you see in fifth. We have Murkoff, Mr. Tom Nixon, and Sir Bottlejob all on 6 points. CPT O'Reilly and Jason Haldair both on 5 points. So there's plenty of drivers really close together. We're only after 2 rounds, so plenty to play for as we head into the rest of the season. So without any further ado, we will head on down to the grid and see how the guys got on during quali. Sticking it on pole, we have JJ Baldwin. He's, as we've seen, currently third in the championship after a fantastic result in round 2, taking a full clean sweep of fastest lap, pole position, clean race, and the race win. He's only raced in that race this season and is in third spot, so coming out of nowhere, JJ is going to be favourite for the title. He is in the Hyundai VGT and running super softs, so let's see how he gets on at the start of the race. He'll be a very strong favourite today here for round 3. In second, we've got Mr. Tom Nixon. He's also in the Hyundai VGT and running the super softs. Tom is currently sitting, as we've seen, in joint 5th in the title. He's taken 2 6th places in the first 2 races, so we'll see, starting from second today, how he can get on and where he can finish up with a great starting position today. In third, we've got Jeep 09. He's also running super softs today on the Bugatti. He's sitting second in the championship overall with a race win and a 3rd place. So we'll see, he's had 2 podiums. Can he keep that run going today in round 3? In 4th, we've got Sir Bottlejob. He's also running the Hyundai VGT. They're quite popular in Tier 3, this car. He's on the Super Softs. Bottlejob is in joint 5th, as we've seen. He didn't score any points in round 1, don't think he took part. And he got a 4th place in round 2. So decent result from him from round 2, so we'll see if he can repeat that today or get one better. In 5th, we've got Hit the Mac in the Bugatti, and he is running super softs. Mac is currently sitting top of the table. The former Tier 1 driver, definitely showing the field what he can do in the first 2 rounds, taking a win and a 2nd place in round 2. So another driver not to be off the podium so far this season. He'll be looking to get up from 5th today and carry on that trend. We'll see how he gets on in the big Bugatti. In 6th, we've got Murkoff on racing super softs, another Bugatti driver. Murkoff is the leader of the guys in joint 5th. 4th place finish in round 1, finished classified outside the points in round 2, so we'll see how he gets on today. Starting off from 6th, he'll be looking at a bounce back result after that disappointing result in round 2. We'll see how he gets on. In 7th, we've got Jammy D, Hyundai VGT running super softs. Jamie is enjoying a good start of the season. He's currently sitting 4th. He was 3rd until last round. JJ just pipped him into 3rd. Jamie's had a 3rd place and a 7th place finish. So you'll be looking to grab some more good points today. Starting off from 7th. He's got a little bit of work to do, but see how he gets on during the race. Expect to see him making some moves up the field. In 8th, we've got Gilroy running racing super softs on his Bugatti. Gilroy is currently sitting joint 10th. He had a 7th place finish in round 1 and he did not finish in round 2, taking 0 points. So we'll be definitely looking to grab a few points today, make up for that disappointing round 2. In 9th, we've got CPT O'Reilly running super softs. Also another Bugatti, very popular in tier 3 as well as the Hyundai. O'Reilly's sitting in 8th currently in the championship. He took 5th place in round 1, didn't take part in round 2, so we'll be looking to grab some points today. A couple of drivers, as we've seen, have already got one of their races they'll be dropping after scoring no points. As we know, the table is your best 6 results from 8 races, so a lot of pressure on some of these guys already. Only got one more that they can drop. In 10th, we've got Glover Barnett. He is sitting in 10th on the table as well. He was classified outside the points in round 1, took a 7th place in round 2. He'll be looking maybe to carry on that momentum from round 2 in grabbing some points and move a little bit further up the field today. In 11th, we've got that guy Rebs on super soft. He is the only guy running the Peugeot VGT in tier 3. It is a bit of a tricky customer, that guy. He is sitting in 13th, joined 13th in the championship, classified outside the points in both the first 2 rounds. So we'll see how he gets on today. Hopefully he can make some moves, make use of that powerful hybrid system in that Peugeot, and hopefully the cornering or lack of cornering characteristics in that car doesn't hurt him through the race. In 12th, we have myself, Craig P, racing at super softs in the Hyundai. Currently sitting 12th in the championship. Got an 8th place in round 1, but did not finish round 2. So not a great start to the season so far on 1 point, but we'll see if we can grab a few more today. A lot of work to do though from quite far down the field. We'll see if we can make some moves or take advantage of some other people's bad luck through the race. And in 13th, hopefully it's not unlucky for him, we've got Ricky J running softs in his Hyundai. Only guy starting on softs today. Let's see if he's going to be running a longer first stint, try and jump some people through the pit windows. Ricky is sitting joint 13th. He didn't take part in round 1. Classified outside the points in round 2, so he'll be looking to grab some points and get his season off to a start. That doesn't really make sense. To get his season kick started, that's better, and get up and running with some points in round 3. So that's the grid for round 3 of tier 3. Let's see how they get on when the lights go out and they hit the track in anger. Should join me at the front of the grid as the guys are waiting for the lights to come on. You hear the revs start the build, and they're away. JJ gets a great start, but Tom is got a bit of a buddy. He's going to be on the outside into turn 1, but he dives, swoops through, and takes the lead of the race through turn 1. A couple of people running wide in those big Bugattis. Murkoff, and I think it was Gilroy running wide there through turn 1. But Tom Nixon has taken the lead from JJ. Can he hold off that very fast youngster behind him as they head down the hill for the first time towards the very tricky hairpin? Tom is sliding her in there, and JJ is just sticking behind him. JJ's going to have the run up the inside, is he? And he just tucks in behind for now. Follow him through the very fast technical S's section. You get a good run through these up onto the long straight, down towards the hairpin at the bottom of the hills. JJ pulls out the slipstream. He's going for a move on Tom down the hill. He's going to have the inside line into the hairpin. That's going to be the job done. That's JJ back up into the lead. Bottle job in third. Tom challenging back with JJ. Just gets a little bit on the grass there. He ends up with the second penalty for his troubles. Oh, see, bottle job just not sure whether he's going to unghost. The problem with the penalties, once you get them, you start to ghost during the corners. It makes it very unsettling for the guy behind. Fantastic opening lap. And see Tom really pushing through the last corner there, getting all sideways. That's let bottle job through. That's going to give Mac the run on him down towards turn one. Tom is going backwards pretty fast now. Mac is through and up into third. Murkoff is just behind Tom as well in the other Bugatti. What an opening lap from these guys. Murkoff now looking for a way past Tom Nixon. Tom looks behind and he had quite small looking Hyundai compared to that brute of a Bugatti. It'd be pretty intimidating seeing that beast behind. Jammy, and so we'll take a quick run through the field now as they've settled down a bit. His ball job is getting close to JJ. JJ must have maybe had a little bit of a mistake. Oh, he just gets a wheel on the grass there. So we've got JJ in first, bottle job second. Hit the Mac is now third. Tom Nixon is fourth. Murkoff is fifth. Jammy D sixth. Glover Barnett is in seventh. That guy Revs is in eighth. CPT O'Reilly is in ninth. Jeep has had a terrible start, falling all the way back to 10th. Gilroy is in 11th. Ricky is in 12th. And you've got myself in 13th. JJ still being hassled by Bottle Job. He's not letting him get away. He's tucked right into JJ's slipstream, making JJ pull him round the track. JJ with a 1:42.1 there. Sets the fastest lap of the race so far, being lap 2. He's going to being the first driver. Bottle Job is really keeping JJ honest here. Hope he just doesn't be Bottle Job by name, Bottle Job by nature. Let's hope he can keep it on the black stuff and hunt JJ down. Max trying to keep them inside in the Bugatti. The Hyundai will have the advantage over the Bugatti through the twisty sections. Murkoff now being put under pressure by Jammy as they're coming down towards the hairpin. Jammy's at the inside, looking for a move. He's got the move done before he gets the hairpin. Can he get it stopped in time? He gets it stopped and turned and away. Great move from Jammy there. Apologise about the dodgy camera work. But Jammy now up at the fourth. A great move from Jammy. The Hyundai does work very well in a slipstream. Just very, very good aerodynamically sound car. And when it's behind a car the size of the Bugatti, it's going to have a fantastic slipstream. This Bugatti punch a massive hole in the air in front of the Hyundai. You see now Jammy just able to stretch out a little bit away from Murkoff in the Bugatti. Jammy's got his Hyundai just singing through the corners, very well balanced. Murkoff runs a little bit wide there through turn 2. Tom is just falling back a bit now in 6th. Hopefully he's not kicking himself too hard and getting on top of himself. Hopefully he can just get his head down. Just another charge back at the guys ahead. He's got Glover Barnett in the Bovril sponsored Hyundai just behind. O'Reilly's now breaking away from Revs in 8th. And Revs Peugeot, they're already starting to chew them front tyres. Jeep still in 10th. Gilroy now in 11th. He's got myself closing behind. Got a much better run through the S section than Gilroy, and we diving up the inside now, coming down towards the hairpin. And the job is done before the crest of the hill. Will Gilroy be able to get the slipstream back? No, it's too close. Oh, is it just outbrake myself and give it back to him? A fantastic bit of skill there. Not. And oh, it's just close racing. There's nowhere for me to go apart from bounce off the wall. And we've lost Ricky. Unfortunately, Ricky has left the building. JJ now stretching away a bit from bottle jump. Tires are pretty much even between the pair. Mac is still keeping the gap honest behind. He's not too far behind. See Jamie just pulling away from Murkoff now, starting to close the gap on Mac. Jamie is going really well in the opening stages of the race here, and this could be a podium on the cards, even though we're very early into the race. Let's see if Jamie can keep this consistency up and see it through to the end. He's definitely on pace at the minute to catch Mac ahead. Tom's in a bit of a land of his own now. Barnett trying to close, just runs a little bit wide there on the exit there, but manages to keep it under control. O'Reilly looking to close up behind. And you got Jeep right on the back of Revs now, putting Revs under serious pressure as they head round towards the final corners of lap 5. Jeep's just backed off a little bit there. Thought he would have tried to tuck right in to get the run down towards turn 1, but he's not going to be close enough this time round. And Gilroy in 11th, followed by myself in 12th. JJ with a 3.2 second gap now over Bottle Job, just stretching it out now. He's starting to find his rhythm, JJ, and pull away from him. He's the fastest lap at 1:39.6 so far in the race. He's got a nice enough gap now. He can just settle into a rhythm, punch the lap times in. Get consistent. Those last 2 laps were slower than his fastest lap, but a 140.38 and a 140.329. Very consistent from the young driver. Definitely a driver who's going to be destined for the top tier on the performance we've seen so far from him. Very dominant indeed. And it looks to be no different today. You see Boljov just running wide, kicking up the dust in the background. That's allowed Mac to catch up again slightly. Mac's back in the visual range of him now. Mac will see that delta dramatically drop there quickly. He'll know Bottle Job has had a moment, so he'll try and put some more pressure on him. See, Jammy isn't too far away now. He's still creeping up slowly on Mac. Mac's not careful. He'll get caught out by Jammy. Murkoff in fifth. He's dropped back a little bit from Jammy now. Those fronts taking a pounding on that Bugatti. So the fronts on Mr. Tom's. Could see a lot of people swap over to the racing softs for the rest of the race. There seems to be very high tyre wear on the super softs. See Tom just struggling for grip there as he started through the S section. Barnett is 7th. Jeep is now up to 8th. Jeep has got past O'Reilly and Revs. I think O'Reilly's had an issue somewhere because he's fallen behind Revs. He's really took a lot of punishment on that front left there. Yeah, you can see some paint removed from the front of that Bugatti there. He has definitely visited the scenery at some point. And you got myself now up into 11th ahead of Gilroy as Bottle Job is the first into the pits. Oh, as you see me run extremely wide. Luckily the gravel kills the speed of the car, but that's Gilroy back up into 11th. Tom Nixon now also jumping in to the pits. We'll start to see people heading in now. There goes Jeep and Glover Bonnet. Bottle Job now fighting tooth and nail with Mac. Bottle Job has the tyre advantage over Mac, so that's maybe just gonna help Mac in this situation. Bottle Job will just have superior grip after those very second-hand fronts on the Bugatti of Mac. Murkoff falling right away from Jammy now. Probably just struggling for front end grip on that big bug. Tom has been in the pits now with a fresh set of super softs. Revs now up into 7th as the guys pitted ahead of him. Revs under a lot of pressure from Jeep coming down towards the hairpin. See his battery fill up with the hybrid, and Jeep, what a switchback move there from Jeep. Absolutely beautiful move into the hairpin. Just caught Revs napping a little bit there. He was sort of in no man's land as Mac goes into the pits. Sort of in no man's land, left the door open for Jeep, and Jeep seen it switch back and through and made it look easy. Jeep is now up to 7th. Revs and down to 8th. Murkoff diving in the pits as well. He just comes out ahead of Tom Nixon. He literally ghosted through him out of the pits there. That would have woke Tom up if he didn't see that coming. Revs is still continuing with them tyres. He's maybe going to push these a little bit too far there. Oh look, he can't even get the car turned. It just won't turn the corner. There's no grip left in those fronts whatsoever. He's going to be mincemeat for O'Reilly, who's got a fresh set of super soft. Just look at the difference in a couple of corners, how quickly he's caught up with him there. This is a lesson here on pushing your tyres too far. Excuse me. Yes, ideally you would like to maybe get to 15 minutes and stop at every 15, but those tyres are just not gonna make it. Alright, he's really struggling now not to hit Revs. He's got that much of a grip and speed difference coming through the S's. The hybrid just helping keep the Peugeot just ahead. Alright, he's going to look around the outside. He's going to try and switch back like we've seen just a second ago. And for the second lap running, The switchback works on Revs, but he's just got the power out to beat O'Reilly through. Oh, bit of contact there. O'Reilly just keeps the car straight. Revs keeps his out of the wall. A little bit of door rubbing, no harm done. And time I seem to go to myself, I am bouncing off that wall. Both me and Gilroy have been into the pits now. And back at the front, JJ is just starting to pull away now. Got a 5.4 second lead over Bottle Job. And Mac is a further 2 seconds from him there. So JJ is starting to stretch his legs. And he's pumping in purple sectors as well. Really taking advantage of the fresh rubber and the lighter car with some of the fuel burnt off. He's looking for a very solid second stint. Probably try and build the gap up during his second stint and then just cruise home for the victory. 3 tenths, nearly 4 tenths up on his fastest lap so far. Takes a great line down to the start finish line. How much faster is he? 3.391 of a second faster. Really putting the hammer down now. JJ trying to stretch away from Bottle Job. Oh, see somebody has. Oh, what's happened to Jamie? I just seen it on the map there. He's planted it into the pit wall as he will jump back and see what happened. Look at the damage he's got there on that left-hand side of the car. He's going to struggle for a couple of corners now. We join Jamie. Just gets a bit of a moment coming down into the final corner. He's just run out wide, got it on the dirt, and oh, he is obliterated. It must be a bit of the pit wall sticking out there. We'll jump on board with him, I think, and see exactly what he hits there. We're now on board with Jamie. Just has a moment entering the corner, and just runs out a little bit too wide, and just catches the corner of that pit wall. And a 5-second penalty as well. You have to love this game. You really do sometimes. Mates, the guy's lost 2 places there. A bag for the time, but still I'll slap him with a 5-second penalty and full left hand damage as well. Unlucky for poor Jamie there. See that damage now coming off Jamie as he's away on down the road. Just that rear is now off. I know Jamie will be very cross with himself there. See O'Reilly now, just a little bit of Williamson as we hear a car ahead. Glover bonnet has gone off. It looks like he's maybe just outbraked himself into the hairpin, but he covers it up and gets it going pretty quickly. Yeah, he's hit the back end into the wall. O'Reilly will be looking to pressure him here and catch him as he'll be going that slight bit quicker. Revs still hasn't pitted. Oh, look at those tires, Revs. No. They might be expensive to buy, but you don't have to use every single bit of it. Oh, it's gonna really put Revs under pressure now. He's gonna have no grip on the front of that car. Hopefully I can catch up and take advantage of that. I seem to be dropping Gilroy at the moment. These front 3 are massively spread out now. Oh, do you see? Oh, Mac has dropped it down towards the hairpin. He's got his wheel on the grass as he braked there. We just joined it at the moment. He span. Oh, Mac. Luckily, he's got a huge gap back to Tom and Murkoff, so not too much drama for him there. He can just get back up and running and get down the road as Murkoff is trying to fight off the attacks of Tom Nixon. Both guys on fresh rubber after their pit stops. Both got similar fuel levels. Tom maybe just a little bit more, but he's got a little bit more tyre wear. Murkoff is actually on the softs, so Murkoff is maybe going for a bit of a longer stint this time around. Tom will be stopping before him on the super softs. So this battle's turned into a bit of a strategy one between these two. Jeep now making up for his disastrous start to the race. He's back up to 6th, going well. In that very recognisable livery of his. You wouldn't miss it coming down the track at you anyway. Jamie trying to rebuild now after that incident with the pit wall. And you got Glover, Barnett and CBT O'Reilly all over each other now as O'Reilly dives up the inside. Just catches Glover out on the brakes. Glover looking to come back up. Oh, he just backs out of it there. I think that would have been tears if he'd have stuck it in there. There you got Revs. Revs has been in there and he's got a set of brand new softs on. He's come out just ahead of myself. I've got a bit more of a used set of softs. So let's just take a little bit of a scenic route there. And Gilroy at the back there. You already see JJ is slowly catching the back of the pack up now. So we're just going through 21 minutes of the race gone. We jumped forward a few laps there as the race had settled down quite a bit. We joined JJ starting lap 19, so we'll just take a run through the grid, through the field, sorry, just check where everyone is. So we still have JJ in first, Bottle Job in second, and Mac in third. They're starting to lap the field now. Jamie in fourth, being followed now closely by Tom Nixon. Jeep in sixth. Murkoff just after stopping for a new set of softs in seventh. See, Tom has been in earlier than him, so he's already eating up his tyres. So definitely still a bit of strategy for them too. Glover Barnett in 8th. Got O'Reilly is in 9th. Revs is in 10th. Gilroy is in 11th, and I'm just behind him in 12th. Jamie dives into the pits. We see a very spread out still around the track. I think this is our closest group of Tom Nixon, Jeep and Murkoff. Just jump on board with Jeep in the Bugatti. Bugatti has a very nice rear view mirror in where the dash clocks would normally go, so we can see Tom ahead and Murkoff behind. And also take a look at Jeep and his racing style. Very smooth through the S's. Bugatti for such a big car does seem quite planted. Probably too heavy to roll around. Very nice sounding car as well, the Bugatti. He's not really making any inroads on Tom, but he's not really losing any time to Murkoff behind either. Gaps are sort of staying pretty static between the three of them. So that was a quick spin. On board with Jeep in 5th in his pursuit of Tom. Can he get a better exit here out of second? He's caught him quite a bit there through turn 1 and 2. Jeep maybe sensing Thomas maybe struggling a little bit more with his tyres, although the tyre wear is identical nearly. Tom with a bit less fuel. but the Hyundai should really shine through this S section. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's lost much time there towards Jeep behind him through the S's. That's with the Hyundai. Should be quicker than the Bugatti. Mac coming up to lap myself. Trying to give him room, but it's quite difficult. Just stay at the throttle coming out of turn 2, let Mac through. Bottle job for him, very low fuel here. Let's hope he's got enough to make it round. We'll stick with him here. He's coming through the S section down towards the high speed section, towards the chicane. He'll be trying desperately to get into Rev's slipstream. If he's sensible, he'll sit in it to help him with that little bit of fuel. Or would he just go all out to get past him to get back to the pits as quick as he can? Well, it's Rev's. Sensibly let him through there. Doesn't want to get involved in the second place man's race. That's easy for me to say. He's gonna make it. And ball job dives in. Where is Mac? Mac's coming down towards the start finish straight now. It's a very quick pit stop here at Maggiore, so depending on how much fuel he's taking on. Mac dives in as well, so Mac is going with him. He's going to have to take on less fuel than Bottle Job did. See Bottle Job going through turn 3. Mac is just coming through turn 1, so Mac is now back behind me again. Probably in the car thinking, this guy again, seriously? Let's have some sort of moment trying to get out of his way. Tom is now diving into the pits. Murkoff is now up into 4th. Jeep pushing those super softs quite far. Murkoff softs looking pretty tidy. Jammy now all over the back of Jeep. He's got some fresh softs on there. He'll have the grip advantage over Jeep, and coming up to this X section, I would expect to see Jammy make a move. He's gonna have the grip over Jeep, so he should be able to carry it off pretty easy. As we see there, Jeep's run wide. Jammy just tucks up the inside. Job done. Jeep just has a little bit of a nibble back there, but he's not going to be able to stick with the Hyundai through this section. And the very quick technical section down through sector 3, the Hyundai with more grip will just leave the Bugatti behind. You see Tom starting to gain now behind in 7th. Glover Barnett's still got O'Reilly behind him. Gilroy in 10th now after Revs has dived into the pits. And myself in 12th. Not a lot of action at the moment, folks. Pretty spread out. Mainly cars lapping other cars at the moment. It's the only overtaking we're seeing. This Bottle Job has got a huge gap to build up. Oh, he's 24 seconds behind JJ, 25. JJ definitely showing he is probably going to walk this Tier 3 championship. Mac for the 14 seconds back. JJ is just flying out front. But if you want to get involved in this race series, this is Driversroom Endurance Championship, come and join us on Discord. We also have a Twitter account, which is @Driversroom. Get in contact, we'll get you in, we'll get you signed up. There's plenty of spots, and if we get enough of you, we'll open tier 4. So we're always room, we can always expand. Come join us, get involved. Driversroom also runs a lot of other race series. So if these run on a Thursday night at 7:30, if you can't make that, we have race leagues on a Sunday as well. We also have Dirt 2 Rally League, which normally has a rally per week. We have city sprints that happen randomly through the week as well, just city lobbies where you can go and blow off steam and in everybody's favorite trucks. If you haven't seen the video of trucks on some of the content creators, go and have a look. As some people say, it should be illegal to have that much fun in trucks, but it is good. But come and join us, get involved, get into the community. It's a great bunch of guys. We have a lot of guys as well on there, which will help you out, try and get you a better and a faster driver in the academy. So come on over to Driversroom. Everyone's welcome, and get involved. Right, back to the race at hand. JJ, as we said, has checked out up front as we reach 40 minutes. Bottle Job is in second. Mac is in third. Murkoff in fourth. He's had a very good race. Murkoff quietly gone about his business. He's being followed by Jammy, who is probably still kicking himself over face planting the pit wall. But he's back up into fifth. Jeep is also, like Revs, must be on a racing budget for tyres, because he is using every scrap of rubber on those tyres, which is allowing Tom just to gain on him rapidly, as Tom has got some fresh super softs on. Got Barnett in 8th. He's not long been in the pits as well, by the looks of it. Gilroy is now up to 9th, but he's going to have to pit shortly. Revs now in 10th. Myself in 11th, and I crash again. Every time I click to myself, we crash. We've lost somebody. My spidey senses are telling me somebody has gone, because we're now down to 11 races. Ricky left earlier. We'll take a run through. Somebody has definitely disappeared. We've got JJ, we've got Bottle Job, we've got Hit the Mac, Murkoff, Jammy D, Mr. Tom Nixon, Jeep, Glover Barnett, Gilroy. We've lost O'Reilly. CBT O'Reilly has disconnected. Such a shame. Has promoted the guys behind. And there's a massive gap from me to Revs now after another accident. Not been a great start to the season for myself. Struggling with a bit of confidence issues in my racing, as I can stop looking at me because I keep crashing. It's going to happen anyway, but at least we can't see it this way. JJ looking a bit low of fuel. He's going to have to go in soon, but he's got a 27-second gap. He's not going to get caught. He can probably pit a few times. Bottle Job is good for now. Mac is looking okay. Murkoff's going to have to go into the pit shortly. That's going to release Jammy, but Jammy's going to have to pit as well. Will Jammy follow him in? As you see, Murkoff runs very wide. He's going to run that thing till it's dry. Tom is okay for now, but we'll have to pit soon. Jeep has finally been into the pits. He's got a fresh set of tyres, and he's got some more liters of fuel thrown into the mix as well, so it could be him to the end now. Glover Barnett is definitely going to the end and more with the amount of fuel he's put in his pit stop. That could come to hurt him, but no, he's got a big enough gap. The Revs so probably won't. JJ dives into the pits. Now Revs is under all sorts of pressure from Gilroy. They're both not going to stop again. So this is a race to the end. Oh, Revs really outbrakes himself down to the hairpin. He maybe defended just a little bit too much there, breaks himself and runs straight on. Gilroy seen it coming and just jammed the brakes on. So let Revs go by, he didn't turn in. So let myself to catch up a little bit. There's Mac going into the pits as well. Bottle Job's going to have to go in soon as well. He's going to be low of fuel shortly. As we see Mac coming out. Murkoff now really under pressure from Jammy. As they go side by side, Jammy just pops in behind. Murkoff won't want Jammy diving up the inside here. Murkoff's going to have to go into the pits this time round. Jammy's going to keep going. So that's Jammy up to fourth. But he is also going to have to pit. He's trying to have a massive in lap here and put Murkoff under pressure. Try and get him on the overcut. See if that works out for him. Excuse me. As Tom is up in the fifth ahead of Murkoff as well, but he is also going to have to pit for fuel. He's on myself. He's lapped myself there. Jeep is fueled and tired to the end, and Murkoff's out behind him. Interesting to see how this plays out between 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. They're the only guys that are gonna probably change places anytime soon. Everybody else has a huge gap between them. So back with JJ as we're into the last 10 minutes of the race. He is now 30 seconds ahead of Bottle Job in second. He's got a decent sized gap back to Mac. Mac has caught him slightly. Murkoff is back up into fourth now after the pit stops played out. Jeep is in fifth. He's got ahead of Jammy there because Jeep was fueled to the end. Jammy's been in and now in sixth. Tom Nixon is in seventh after his stop for fuel. Glover Barnett in 8th, Gilroy is in 9th, Revs in 10th, and myself in 11th, trying to catch Revs up, just losing the back end there, pushing it too hard and getting right in JJ's way. What a blank I am. As Barnett is in and out of the pits there for a splash of fuel, probably see him to the end of the race. This guy JJ with a 1:38.9, his fastest lap of the race so far, has been a class above the field. Definitely a guy who looks like he's going to run through tier 3 straight up to tier 2. Fantastic job by him today. Bottle Job's had a fantastic race so far. He did get ahead of JJ for a short period, but settled down into second and has drove pretty faultlessly since then. Has not lived up to his Bottle Job name. He's kept it on the black stuff the whole way through. We've got Mac still in third. He's going to be the highest, finishing Bugatti in third. Great race from him. Murkoff and Jeep are going to battle it to the end in fourth and fifth. We'll come back to them. We'll stay with them actually, as Jeep is just getting very close. Murkoff's pulled away a little bit there, so we'll carry on as Murkoff runs. a little bit wide, and again that's going to give Jeep the look up the inside. Jeep is up into fourth. Murkoff just run a little bit wide there through the S's twice, and that's killed his momentum, give Jeep the easy run through, so Jeep is now in fourth. Murkoff is in fifth, Jammy D in sixth, Tom seventh, Glover Barner eighth, Gilroy in ninth, Revs in 10th, myself in 11th. Yay, I didn't crash on green this time. We'll jump back to Murkoff and Jeep. This is the only battle now taking place towards the end of the race. Murkoff's going to be annoyed with himself there for losing it through the S's. As you just see Jammy in the background stalking, he'll be looking for these two to really start battling and slow each other up. We've just under 7 minutes to go. Yeah, it could work for Jammy, but it's a big ask. Oh, Murkoff runs very wide there through turn 4. Oh, so close to breaking with a wheel on the grass. He's already strangling the head of this Bugatti now. He does not look like a happy man. We've got actually Tom has got right up with Jammy. This could be the battle for the end. As you can hear, Murkoff's Bugatti just ahead as well. Murkoff really struggling now fighting that Bugatti. These two, if they don't start fighting anytime soon, they could be up on the back of Murkoff here. Just depends on how the rest of the race pans out for him. Murkoff can settle down and regain his rhythm where he's just lost it that last lap there. Could be playing into Jammy's hands here. Tom really closing up under braking through turn 1 and 2. Can he get a decent exit now through turn 3 and keep piling the pressure onto Jammy? Tom is definitely thinking he can grab 6th place here. We got just under 5 minutes to go now, so another 3 laps tops for these guys. Is that Murkoff? Oh, Murkoff is really losing. Look how much time he's lost in the last couple of laps. Lap 29, 140 and 142, 143, 144. He's really struggling. Jammy's up the inside through the S's. That's Jammy up to 5th. Tom's going to follow him through. Murkoff is really struggling now. The two Hyundais just waltzed past him. So Murkoff has gone from 5th to 7th in about 2-3 corners. He gets a great launch at the hairpin noise and we're looking up the inside of Tom. Tom just does enough to hold him off so far. Murkoff looks like he's a man on a mission. He's really not a pleased driver. To say he's slightly miffed is probably an understatement. We've got yellow flags ahead. Somebody... Gilroy having a little bit of issues. He's got going again. Hopefully he stays to the left. Oh, what's going on here? Ah, Gilroy, no! What did you do? Oh, we'll have to look back at that from Jammy's point of view, but I think Gilroy has just killed Jammy's chances. Jammy is definitely going to be absolutely fuming over that. Let's jump back and we'll take a look. So you see yellow flags are waving. You can see a car recovering. There's Gilroy recovering on the start finish straight. He goes to the inside of the pit wall. He's being lapped by these guys, so you'd think he would pull out to this point, but he just stays there on the inside line, and Jamie has nowhere to go. Oh, Gilroy. Just unlucky, really, but not going to help Mr. Jamie's cause right now. He has lost out to both Tom and Murkoff there. So, talking about Murkoff losing 2 places in 2 or 3 corners, Jamie just lost 2 places in 1. As we're entering the last 2 minutes of the race, so Jamie is again though just got so much more pace. Bugatti struggling for grip. Jamie slots back up past Bugatti through the S's. No defense really that Murkoff could do. So for the final time we'll run through. Look, there's JJ. He's actually catching Murkoff, Tom and Jamie in their 5th, 6th and 7th. Just goes to show what a drive it is from the youngster. He's going to come down towards the start of his final lap. So JJ in first, Bottle Job in the 2nd, Max in 3rd. It's the top 3 pretty much settled now. Jeep is in 4th. Tom Nixon is in 5th, being chased by Jamie, who's got Murkoff. Trying to get a piggyback, just having a little look into turn 1, but he was too far back there. Jamie's actually getting very low on fuel here, but this is probably going to be their final lap. Murkoff for 7th. Glover Barnett is in 8th. Gilroy in 9th. Revs in 10th. And myself in 11th. We'll jump back with the guys who are having the battle. Jamie just managing to stretch a little bit away from Murkoff now. He's got to watch that fuel, Jamie. He could catch him out. We'll see JJ is behind them guys, so he's definitely his final lap. We'll stick with him here. We'll just flick back to the others just to check. No moves going to be made now. Nope, looks like they've settled down and just accepted where they are. I think we just seen the only mistake I've seen JJ make, running a little bit wide there, coming out of the hairpin. See, comes through sector 3 for the final time. What a race by the young man. Comes around the penultimate corner down towards the final corner. See Jeep and Mr. Tom Jamie are crossing the line, and Murkoff and behind. Here comes the race winner, JJ Baldwin. Congratulations on a fantastic race win. Bottle Job is going to come home 2nd. Congratulations to him. And the Max going to come home in 3rd. And we see 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th have all finished. So we have Jeep, Tom, Jamie and Murkoff. Glover Barnett's going to come home in 8th. Gilroy's already finished in 9th. Rebs has finished in 10th. And myself is going to finish in 11th. So that's it for round 3 of Tier 3, Season 4 of the Endurance Championship. Please do come and join us for round 4 next time.